NIO stock is crashing. Where is the bottom? Where can we expect the bottom to be? Recently, the stock price has broken below my main trend line, and I think that's very bearish sign, yes, but where do I think the bottom is? Not financial advice, of course, but I'm just sharing my opinion, and you can take it with a grain of salt. Of course, you can have your own opinion of where you think NIO stock will bottom, but this is my opinion about where I think NIO stock will bottom. So just take it with a grain of salt, okay? Again, this thing is going to bottom eventually. It's not just going to go down forever, all right? Nothing goes down forever unless it's like a trash company, which NIO is not. You know, if you look at Faraday Future stock, that thing's been going down forever because it's just, you know, a trash company, basically. It's not selling any cars. NIO is selling a lot of cars, all right? And they have the 45% market share of the premium EV market. So they're doing quite well. Losses, of course, losses are worrying, but soon with Onvo, the sub-brand, they're going to be doing fantastically well. So here is my non-professional opinion about where I think the stock will bottom at. Just sharing this with you guys. So guys, here is where I think NIO stock will potentially bottom out at. So here I have this wedge pattern. We've had this wedge pattern for a while before I drew it with this light blue line, but now I've drawn it with this purple line over here, and we have dipped below it, and right now we are sort of bouncing, all right, 3.84, so this is kind of nice, but below we actually have quite a few support levels. So this 3.74 level, 3.33 level, this, and worst case scenario 2.5. I do not think it will go any lower than that, but right now it is already oversold, and this 3.74 level is already, in my opinion, the bottom. So I think, all right, even though last time I said bottom, but you know, I think this time is the real bottom, all right, because we have this line right here has been held up several times in the past, and when we broke below to 60, this is where we broke out from, 3.74. So we came down all the way here. And also, one very interesting thing, this wedge, all right, whether you look at it with the purple line or the blue line, we certainly are dipping below it, all right, we are dipping below it, but we could reclaim it and still rally back up, okay? So let me show you a perfect example of this. So right here, I feel like this is the perfect example of this. This is a stock that also had a wedge pattern, a downtrending bullish wedge pattern, and then broke below, but then slowly reclaimed it and then exploded to the upside, okay? And this is very possible that we see something similar with NIO stock. This is Space Virgin Galactic back in 2021. So I'm just showing you for this pattern. All right, now the stock is $1, but that doesn't matter. I'm just showing that this pattern, a wedge, right, broke below. We thought this was like super bearish, but reclaimed it and then came all the way up from, what is this, 15 all the way to 60, 55, $56 a share. All right, 3x increase in the matter of just a couple of months. Incredible. All right, so NIO could be forming something very similar. Okay, let's go back to NIO's chart. So you can see the striking resemblance. All right, downward wedge, although this is much longer, and then broken below it, and it looks like we're bouncing off of this 3.74 area. A lot of people have been margin called. Yeah, I know some of you guys in my Discord have been forced to sell. Very unfortunate, but this could potentially be the bottom, and we could rally. All right, we could rally significantly. We are extremely oversold on the RSI. Look at this. Oh my God, this is the most oversold reading in quite a long time. Okay, we haven't gotten this oversold. This is like 26 RSI reading. We haven't gotten this oversold. Like the most oversold we got was October 24th, 2022. So we haven't been that oversold since then. So that was when the stock fell all the way from 22 down to 8.35. That's how oversold we are right now. We are extremely oversold. So, man, and then the MACD, the MACD gave us a buy signal, but it was a fake out here, right here. It was a fake out, unfortunately, but we're still forming the nice bullish divergence. All right, higher MACD, higher histograms. RSI made a newer low, but MACD is making higher lows, so that's at least a good sign. And it seems like we are bouncing off of this 3.74 line. So I would say that the fire sale is probably over, in my humble opinion. 3.74 could be the bottom. We could reclaim this and break above, and we're looking for a break above this purple trend line right here. Let me just change the color so it's more obvious and change it to red. This red trend line we break above, that's going to trigger a bullish move. All right, so keep your eye out on this trend line. Maybe, all right, not financial advice, but maybe it might be good to wait for a breakout of this trend line so that you don't get burned. If you buy in here, we could chug along and just go further down before we break above. So, maybe, perhaps wait for a breakout of this. But for me personally, I bought in most of my position around here. So, I'm okay with it, and I'm not in margin, so I'm perfectly fine with that. But we could potentially chug along and then break above. But this, we shouldn't really go below 3.33 in my humble opinion. So this red line, keep an eye out on that. All right, if we break above it, I'll let you guys know as well. And we could be seeing a very significant up move. How much up move? Well, that's a very interesting question. If we take a measured move of the previous run up of the wedge, we could see a significant up move all the way up to $10 a share. And this could be with the upcoming partnership that is confirmed by the head of NIO Power. So we could see a very significant rally. Very, very possible. Of course, we could also break over here. If that's the case, if we break over here, then that would lead us back over here to this top 9.46. Still a very significant rally. All right, so definitely keep an eye out on this trend line. Okay, I think the bottom is here. We are so oversold, guys. It is just unbelievable. RSI reading of 2.6 on the daily. Let's look at on the weekly. Weekly also oversold. Look at that. RSI reading of 29. Damn. Well, what you do with your money is up to you, but I am going to be buying more, guys. Buying more. This is an opportunity, guys.